Throughout the history of mankind, our mind sometimes tries to go beyond the boundaries of reasonable and possible. As a result, inventors are developing totally insane projects, which, however, at times become very popular. Who knows, maybe one of these 10 extraordinary inventions will also become common. Lazarus LMV 496. Do you care for €500,000 flying motorcycle? Why not? Back in 2018, an extraordinary French company, Lazarus, announced development of a flying motorcycle. No, this is not a regular hoverbike. This is a real monster with a V-shaped 8-cylinder Maserati engine. It's powered by 4 gas turbine engines with a total capacity of 1,300 horsepower. By default, Lazarus LMV 496 moves on the ground using a 460 horsepower gasoline engine. However, after activating the rotary mechanism in each of the 4 wheels, the jet engines built into each of them start, and the motorcycle takes off like a quadricopter. The device stays airborne for about 10 minutes. The Snow Cruiser. This car is really impressive even in the photo. Its story is quite sad though. The Snow Cruiser is the car meant to conquer the Antarctic. In the late 30s, many expeditions were forever buried under the snow of the Antarctic. This monster was built specifically for the expedition of Admiral Byrd, hoping that this time everything would go well. A 56-foot truck was built in 1939 to reliably protect crew members from all weather conditions. 4x4 10-foot wheels could independently rise to 3 feet height in order to overcome ice cracks. A crew of 5 could travel across the ice desert for a year. The vehicle's cruising range was 4,970 miles. However, during unloading of the 34-ton machine from a ship in Antarctica, the loading ramp failed and the car went underwater. The apparatus fell into disrepair and served several times as a stationary base. Mercedes-Benz Vision Avatar. Impressed by James Cameron's Avatar, Daimler AG built a revolutionary Mercedes-Benz Vision Avatar concept. This is indeed an avatar car. Its interior, just like design of the car as a whole, almost exactly assimilates elements of life and the environment of the planet Pandora inhabitants. The most interesting thing is that the electric car is controlled by digital neurons via a bio joystick, so there are no steering wheel or pedals provided. The chassis of the car is fully controllable, which means that it can move not only back and forth but also diagonally, just like reptiles do. An electric car can travel up to 435 miles on one charge, thanks to a completely environmentally friendly organic battery based on graphene cells. Lamborghini Espada CHD Edition. Lamborghini Espada was the most unusual one even prior to tuning. A 4-seater front-engine sports tourer is not really common for the company. The car was being manufactured from 1968 to 1978. During this time, 1,217 models were sold. The French workshop Danton Arts Customs marked the 50th anniversary of the model in a very peculiar way. They built a crazy rat rod and immediately put it up for auction with an initial price of $250,000. Wide wheels with Michelin tires were extended outside the body. As a result, a track grew to insane 7.9 feet. Perhaps someone would find such approach to tuning a rare car blasphemous, but we can't deny its original look and visual magnetism. Lightyear 1. This is an all-electric car by Lightyear, with a declared range of 450 miles. It is planned that the electric car will be out for sale next year. The main feature of this development is 54 square feet of solar panels located on the roof, hood, and trunk lid. The company claims that innovative solar panels are 25% more efficient than traditional ones and are protected from damage by impact-resistant glass that can withstand the weight of an adult. An electric car has got 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, which contributes to a more efficient distribution of torque and more rational use of energy. A battery can be charged not only from solar panels but also from a single-phase or 3-phase network, as well as from fast-charging stations. Rivian. Electric pickups are no longer a novelty. However, Rivian from Michigan was among the first ones to release an operational electric version of a pickup truck with a range of up to 410 miles. The main feature of the car is a skateboard platform with a required body attached to it. Rivian itself developed both a pickup truck and a crossover. Also, at the end of last year, it sold Ford the rights to electric platform. Be that as it may, a 5-ton pickup can accelerate to hundreds of miles in 3 seconds, develop a maximum speed of 125 miles per hour, and perform a tank turn at the spot due to a radially opposed rotation of the wheels on one axis. The price of an electric Rivian pickup in the United States ranges between $60,000 and $90,000. The company also signed an agreement with Amazon to supply 100,000 delivery vans on its successful platform. Hovercraft SRN4. The world's largest hovercraft, SRN4, until 2000, served as a ferry across the English Channel. Since 1968, only 6 models were designed, but this was enough for regular routes from France to England. At the same time, the ship's speed was up to 80 miles an hour, which enabled crossing the strait in a record 22 minutes. On board, the latest third release of the hovercraft SRN4 could accommodate 418 passengers and 60 cars. In addition to the passenger version, a military version of the ship was also built. It can carry up to 165 tons of cargo or up to 1,000 personnel at a speed of 68 miles an hour. On board, there are 4 gas turbine propeller engines with a capacity of 3,400 horsepower each. After the construction of the Channel Tunnel, the hovercraft SRN4 was no longer required. Concept Firetruck. The world's first electric fire engine was introduced back in 2016 by the Australian company Rosenbauer. The machine today undergoes extensive tests on different continents and in a variety of conditions. Despite the high cost, about $6 million, the Rosenbauer CFT operation is much more cost-efficient than classic diesel fire engines, although they cost 6 times less. The car is designed on a spatial aluminum frame and the body architecture is modular. This means that the Rosenbauer CFT can be transformed even into a rescue vehicle, a fire engine, or an ambulance. In fire truck mode, the battery is good for 30 minutes of heavy use. All electronics of the electric vehicle is combined into one network and can be controlled remotely. Donner Hovercraft. The British project Donner Hovercraft set forth a technological example for many other projects, although it didn't go into a serial production. A futuristic design of the concept is patented by the company, and perhaps it will nevertheless be released. Its main feature is the use of composite materials and an enclosed, streamlined, well-protected cabin. The cabin comfortably accommodates 6 passengers, and the driver's seat resembles a cockpit of a sports car. Donner Hovercraft uses the 300 horsepower BMW M70 engine and can reach speeds of up to 75 miles per hour. Another innovation is implementing of completely silent carbon fiber screws. The hovercraft is best for operation on canals, rivers, and lakes where the depth is unstable. Vision S. Unexpectedly for everyone, at CES 2020, Sony showed its first Vision S electric car instead of a game console. Of course, Sony wouldn't be able to create an electric car concept on its own. BlackBerry and Bosch assisted it, and the platform was developed by Canadian automotive component manufacturer Magna. The company claims that this platform can also be used on other types of cars, in particular on crossovers. At the presentation, Sony featured the Vision S concept for a few minutes, so no technical details available. Besides, it is unknown whether this electric car will go into serial production or remain a concept image. Not so long ago, creating electric trucks or flying motorcycles was a completely insane idea. But as we see, not all extraordinary projects were meant to be abandoned. You never know, perhaps that's how they pave the way for us in the future.